the Imolites are questioning for their rights. Along the line of actually asking for what actually belonged to them, what belonged to them, Hope Uzodinma got violent. He started this militarization of southeastern Nigeria. The first invitation of military operation in Igbo land was what? Orchestrated, machinated by Hope Uzodinma. How?
Occupy a lot of Igbos there in the southeast.
Yes,
what is your take on the Trump government releasing this document?
Actually, the people that formed the Bubagu are number one person is Tinubu. Not Tinubu, sorry. Number one person is Buhari. Followed by Hope Uzodinma, Dave Umahi. I don't know what to understand. These two governors in the southeast actually collaborated with Muhammad Buhari and formed Ibubagu, the security outfit that killed, maimed, and neutralized many Igbo youths in the southeastern Nigeria with impunity. And the Igbo men, Igbo lawyers, Igbo elites and stakeholders have not been able to make impact, by taking these culprits or this case to the ICC level. The former fake president of Nigeria that was, operated on his face and paraded himself as Nigerian president for 6 years, actually absconded into Niger. And I told them that Daura is not going to be his major base this time around. His major base now, where he is every day, every night, you see him there, is in Niger, which has actually rhymed. No, he's not having any rest. He's on the run. Anything could happen any day, anytime in Nigeria. If say you are in his shoe, will you stay? National is coming out with many proofs that Buhari died many years ago. This man is intelligent. He's the only one that has said it, and they've never been able to accuse him to come to the court and defend that statement. Because if actually he goes to the court to defend it, he will ask for Buhari to come for DNA test. And if actually says no, it means he's a fake man. He's faking Buhari, because Fulani man that comes from Sudan, there must be a DNA test that actually indicates that this is Sudanese Fulani. Fulani man that comes from Tajalo Island or from Mali, I'm telling you, DNA.
Nationality?
No, not DNA. DNA can read it. If you are from Benin now, they will say this is H and they test your DNA. They know that you are from Asian origin. Dibinoculeic acid, DNA. That's the meaning of DNA. It is proven. I read biology. Apart from that, scroll your Google and see it. Why did they know that TD Jakes is an Igbo man? Is it not TD Jake? Is it not DNA? Wesley Snipes actually visited either Oka or Calabar. Yeah, I think Oka. It was through his DNA. What are you saying? DNA must actually prove your ancestry, where you come from. That's why it is called dibinucleic acid. That's it. That's biology for you, science. So what I'm trying to say is Trump, if Trump has actually, making that attempt, I believe so, that the fake Buhari, the man that paraded himself as a Nigerian president for good 6 years, should be on the run actually. Because Trump is going to make sure that we investigate Tinubu's, Buhari's true identity thoroughly for the truth to prevail. What I message is that immediately now the Kanu comes out, I think there should be a documentary and a serious investigation on that. And he, the former Nigerian president, should come forward and to explain himself. He has never, in the history, in the past and present, giving press conference for that, to actually tell the press, the world, who actually he is. But he has been running up and down.
The original,
it's a lie. Original Buhari is was older than this, and he has issue. His face is ugly, his ears tall somehow. There are many marks on his body. And actually, Joe Biden regime has confirmed it, that Nigeria is the first country that a dead man, an invisible man, ruled for 6 years successfully. Buhari is fake. It's not the really Buhari that ruled Nigeria from 1983 to 1985. When Babangida, under Joshua Dogoyaro, toppled his government. Is a fake Buhari. Truth told. Even if comfort
or he hates the Igbo,
no, it's not because he hates the Igbo. This thing has nothing to do with tribalism. What transpired was that no, Buhari died in UK February, March 2017. UK.com announced it. Queen Elizabeth actually observed silence. It's on social media. And actually, his corpse was not brought to Nigeria. I think he was buried in Saudi Arabia. So it is an organized crime, well orchestrated, secrets between the British supremacists and the Fulani Janjaweeds. And they paid largely for it. Britain made money out of this. Buhari is a fake Buhari. I'm telling you that years to come, you will see good authors that will compile good stories on how Nigeria allowed a fake president for good 6 years.
Who are the people that organize this type of?
This is Fulani. Fulani can do things. Fulani is more smart. Fulani is smarter than you. Fulani is more intelligent than everybody in Nigeria. They play politics the way Nigerian Southerners, Mid-Belt, everybody don't do. They are the best, let me say, dribblers, political dribblers in Nigeria. You employ Fulani man. They behave as if they don't know anything. Remember that day, you have bush-dwelling Fulanis. You have town-dwelling Fulanis. The town-dwelling Fulanis are very loud. They have the connections. Don't be surprised that Aliko Dangote is the richest Nigerian presently. Where is he from? He's a Fulani man. Using your money, your government money, your country's money, yes, to grow fat. Do you think he's solely the owner of the money? No. The owner of the money, you are among, because it is our natural resources. The Fulani is everywhere in the public offices. The whole federal agencies are occupied by these people. The whole positions, designated positions, Fulanis are there. I'm telling you, they are smarter. They are smarter. And when you talk about politics, they can outsmart anybody in Nigeria.
But the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, have come out to what? He said in time past that what if anybody is saying that this is a fake Buhari, that the person is what? Is ignorant. He doesn't know what he's saying or doesn't know what he's doing. That someone like Obasanjo cannot be in this country.
Can you listen to me? Obasanjo is an old man. One. There is what is called senility. No, I'm not trying to abuse him. Obasanjo is an old man. He knows what I'm about to say. There is what is called senility. Senility means at a stage, your mental ability, intelligent quotients, a department of brain, a compartment in the brain that is responsible for intelligence, reasoning, begins to deteriorate, and you begin to come down mentally. Your reasoning, your intelligence, your understanding. So what I'm trying to say is senility. It is an old sickness. Sickness as a result of old age is called dotage or senility. It is much available on most of our leaders. Obasanjo, how could Obasanjo recognize this carbon copy of Buhari to have been fake? Young people actually examined Buhari and found out that this one is younger. The Fulani Janjaweeds keep secrets more than Obasanjo. Does Obasanjo understand Fulani? Is he a Fulani man? How often has he been visiting North to equate the kind of game Fulani Janjaweeds play? It is not possible for a very long time. Listen good. When Buhari wanted to enter, he has cancer of the throat. Even if you look at his face, he looks so lean and macheted, extra macheted. He was not healthy. That's why he went for the treatment. He stayed up to how many months? In the UK, 3 months, 9 something days, or 6 months so. So he died. He pied. Sickness pied him. And as smart as the Fulanis are, they have many resemblance. People of same likeness, looks. That is whom the Fulanis are. Let me tell you, anthropologically or racially, that race, they have many lookalikes. Why? They marry themselves. Fulani, they marry themselves. In a family like this, a brother can marry his sister. And they marry only Fulani, they don't marry outside. That's why you have that kind of, let me say, biological, trend, especially in the Fulanis. In Fulani, the Fulanis are like that. I could remember in those days in the village, you see this one, it will look like this one. If you see them in the farmland, that one will look at the one you see in the township, in the town. So they are like that. It is God that created them like that. And nobody could stop it. Anybody that said that Buhari was fake. Actually, Buhari was fake. Buhari knows what I'm talking now because time shall come. There are many people that are coming up with many proofs again.
So people that are into this will come out and expose
I'm
themselves.
telling you, Buhari, a stage will reach. There will be a stage in this life. Buhari will be on the run. You won't see him again. That man is a crook. He has stolen our money.
Okay, what's your take as regards Uzodinma and Umahi being involved and being named
sponsorship of a bag?
What's your take as
I've been telling you that after Hope finishes his administration, off he go. He will fly like bird. Immediately they say, another person has won. Yeah, if you look at him, his eyes will going up and down, left and right. Before you know it, prim. Hope Uzodinma will fly away. Not wrong, fly. Or let me use the word, he will evaporate into the thin air and no hope, he will disappear. Someone that is not sleeping in his compound or where a secretariat, government secretariat, is not sleeping at the governor's office. Hope Uzodinma over the years has been sleeping at the barracks. I'm telling you, it's 2 mechanized division. That gentleman has been spending Imo light money, Egondi Imo. Allocation that goes to Imo, Hope Uzodinma chair 85. 4 now for security, and only 1 is for the state. Because Hope's compound is not secured. Hope's convoy is not secured. It is as a result of what? Wickedness. Someone that has just come, begin to annihilate, neutralize, and unalive all his kinsmen on daily basis. The people in his communities today are all alienated, distanced from him. Why? Because he can buy anybody. The whole youths are on what? Banishment. None of the youths at Omuma. Although home country of Uzodinma is at home again. They sleep in the bushes. Most of them ran to Lagos State and other states of the Federation for safety, not for green pasture. Because Olu community is no longer accommodatable, secured for them. Yes. That's the kind of governor Imola is have. And I'm telling you that Dave Umahi himself is going to answer to what he committed. He actually has hand on a Bubagui. In fact, he's one of the collaborators. And these people committed sin of inhumanity of man against man. Genocide against the Igbos. The Igbo youth, the elders, even in the farmland, these people use a Bubago to neutralize, unalive and disalive many Igbos for years now.
Okay. But with this now, do you not think the Imola to be so upset and angry with Uzodinma now with what
are you saying? Everybody is highly provocative that someone like that, quiet his people, unprovoked. Because I know that it was due to the election of Emeka Ihedioha, whereby the Imolais were denied of their mandate. The right person they gave the mandate was robbed by Fulani Spring Court. Adam Ochomole and Abakiari. And actually, the Imolais are questioned for their rights. Along the line of actually asking for what actually belonged to them, Hope Uzodinma got violent. He started this militarization of southeastern Nigeria. The first invitation of military operation in Igbo land was what? Orchestrated, machinated by Hope Uzodinma. How? They dropped bomb, they came killing youth with armored tank. It was war. Full escalation of war. At Owerri. A situation whereby armored tank was searching for youths on the street, killing and shooting. Close range. Unarmed youths. So this is a mere, let me say, is an absolutely an act of genocide. Genocide is man's inhumanity. Slaughtering man, live, first-class manslaughter. That's what it means. And ICC is not taking it easy with any perpetrator of that crime. You slaughter human beings that are not armed. You employ the soldiers. They neutralize innocent youths under accusation of crimes you have not been able to quantify. A crime you have not been able to at least come out with solid facts. Such crime actually was or is at least committed or perpetrated by those youths, by the accused. So that's why Umahi is going in for it. Hope Uzodinma is going in for it. I'm telling you that later in the days of our life or in Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari will be on the road. That is when Nigerians will know that the man is from Niger.
Also not for Niger, keep the rule in Nigeria. Okay. So was that why Amechi had to run away from Nigeria down to Niger?
Amechi himself?
Yes.
He has to follow him. He was his right man.
Minister of Transportation.
Yes, it's his man, right man. Amechi and Buhari, they dined and ate on the same plate. And you can actually find out that Amechi was even thinking that he will be the one in position of Tinubu today. But not knowing that Amechi, has little understanding. That whatever you do, your brother, Fulani will never trust you because they believe as you hurt your brother, you are going to hurt them. So that's why Fulani turned their back on Amechi and actually gave it to the wrong person. The rightest man of Buhari since inception of Buhari's regime in 2015 is Amechi Chibuike. Not out of his utmost belief or expectation, he actually affirmed it. He will be made the president of Nigeria because he single-handedly removed Jonathan in connivance with other governor forums members headed by Ahmed Saraki. And today, Buhari turned his back on him. Amechi went to convention at the Ego Square. What happened? He was booted, disappointed, and what? Failed by his political, let me say, acquaintances. Yes, he's major man. Buhari turned his back on him. And they become what? Irrelevant. Amechi is an irrelevant politician now as I'm talking to you. What he has done to his brother has come after him. He said he made Wike, that his boss to Wike today. He said, look, I'm boss to Wike. I made him chief of Genuine. Yes. And it's truth. He said the truth. But where is Wike today? Wike went to kill Amechi if you see him. Wike has been looking for Amechi properties in Abuja to pull it down. So what are we saying? All these are anomalies and vices going on within Nigerian political men.
Listen and listen, good brothers and sisters. There are things I do say, and I will still stand on the ground to speak that truth and that fact. You can see that the Daily Post now are collected money to post jargons, to post rubbish, and that is Nigerian newspaper now. And everything about Nigeria is always come in a Nigerian way with a Nigerian form. Have you ever seen any facts from Nigeria? If Nigeria is the country that value good truth, or they face the truth and they regard anything good, you would have seen good taking place in Nigeria. But because good does not happen in Nigeria, that is why everything in Nigeria is following Nigeria the way Nigeria is. How can somebody come up and say that Orabweze have hijacked the database? Not only database, have hijacked the BLEJ of Simon Ekpan in Ezai, and secondly, now that Simon Ekpan is suing Ngozi Orabweze. How can Simon Ekpan sue Ngozi Orabweze when Ngozi Orabweze is following the foundation and the platform of Simon Ekpan? And Ngozi Orabweze have established, and God have used her to do something that which Simon Ekpan, if he has his way of freedom, this is part of the things that he intended to do and to achieve. Was he not the one that that founded that December 2nd to declare Biafra? Is that not so? Then Was he not the one who formed it? Let me tell you, you see all these people that are coming up with all these jabberjanties. I call it jabberjanties because it doesn't make sense. Are the people, the same set of people, Nigerian paid elements, Nigerian instruments, that which by mistakenly PM allowed into the Biafran struggle under his platform, under his watch, which Nigeria used them to penetrate and to enter. Because let it not be that PM is running one kind of government that he don't want to carry people along. Mistakenly, he went and include Nigerian elements in this struggle that betrayed him today. Because our PM can never be in Finnish government court fighting for defending himself over the alleged matter they leveled against him. At the same time, they sue Ngozi or Rabozo.
Nothing is possible.
It is not possible.
But I can do it through other lawyers I have. The person suing him is Amanda Biri, a US based. The
US based Amanda Biri is an Amanda Biri of Nigerian paid element Amanda Biri. It's a Nigerian lawyer that have collected money just like every other element that collected money to betray Simon Ekpa. The people that don't want the declaration that took place November 29, because it was supposed to be declared in December 2nd before what happened now happened, because they don't want it to take place. But God so smarter than human being, God now influenced this woman by the Spirit and pushed her to take that dream unaware as they expected. And it was announced on the 29th November instead of December 2nd. And that was why you see some element, Nigerian element, in the bridge, in that struggle that was among the pick and offense. These are the group of men that picked an offense because their dream was not, have been devastated, has been balkanized, have been bastardized. You understand? So it did not work according to plan and according to as paid. You understand? According to plan and as according to paid, they are being paid for. You see it that this thing they have become since that day. They are not happy. Why is it that they did not sue this woman ever since? Until now, she successfully established, successfully given us what Simon Ekpa would have even equally given to us if we were allowed to proceed to continue, if not by all those betrayers, if not by all those saboteurs who sabotage him on the process, on the road to the journey of success, on the road to our Canaan land, on the road to our better land. They sabotaged him, and someone like a Ngozi or Rabozo, someone like a woman, like that great woman, pick it up and continue from where he has stopped. I mean, Simon Ekpa. And she picked it up, and today you can see us having our embassy. And let me tell you, any nation that is not a nation can never have embassy. And for you to have embassy, that means you have been recognized as a nation. And this is something that they cannot achieve, and they know the importance of doing it. That is why now that she successfully achieved that, and the credit will go more to God Almighty and to her, and to what? To the struggle, which they never wish, which they never want. You see why they now came up with that Fulani man as a lawyer to petition Ngozi or Rabozo. He's a Fulani US lawyer.
But a lot of people
look at his name, Amand Dabiri of Afamad.
But a lot of people are saying that they've never heard of this man, working with Simon Ekpa before. So how come a US lawyer?
Just so from nowhere. That is to tell you, these are the group of Nigerian paid elements that dangle themselves into the struggle to deceive in order to stop us that program, and that these are the same people that was used to betray and to sabotage our man, our person. Just the same way they sabotage Majen Nnamdi Kanu, the same way they sabotage Simon Ekpa. And this woman, being smart enough, now left, depart from them, separate from them. You understand? Separate himself. The Bible said in the book of Acts chapter 13, and Holy Spirit, he came down. He said, separate me, Barnabas, from Paul. Separate me, Barnabas, from Paul, for the assignment and the vision and the calling which I have for them. And if not for that separation, there will be no written of 14 chapters in the Bible, in the New Testament. And if not for that separation, there will be nothing like a Biafran embassy in Washington, D.C. Thank God for that separation, because it was the separation that have given the Biafran embassy in a whole Washington, D.C. You know what that tells? So these are the group of Nigerian men, saboteurs. They are the one, because Dabiri, where was Dabiri? No, I want to know. And when did the Dabiri become a freedom fighter or a Biafran fighter?
But wait, one of the people that Ngozi Oronebese was not happy with or attacked was Elias, who is a Biafran lobbyist. She really attacked his firm and the Elias self of being used by some set of persons or the Nigerian government to what? To strangulate or they want to truncate, yes, that's the word. Truncate Biafra, sovereignty.
Yes, it has been like that earlier. There have been like that in the mission of the vision. And whenever you have a vision that coupled with your ideology, if you do not have opposition, that means you are not prepared to grow stronger. So with this opposition, it means that no more. So the opposition makes you more, more louder. They are the one that announces you, because opposition is the one that will make people to take notice of what you are doing or to take notice of you where you are. And it means that you are relevant, because if you are not relevant, people will not, notice you. And if you are not relevant, if what you are doing is not in accordance to yield result positively, people will not look at it. A tree that does not have fruit will have nothing to do with the children. Are you hearing me? But any tree that gathers fruit, children will gather that tree, because they will like to pluck that fruit in all means, with a stick, with a stone, with every other element that they know they can use to pluck that fruit. So Ngozi Oronebese should be happy that their enemies are coming like this. It means that she's doing well. That is what it means. So that debris, or what is this called? That debris, US base, should come up, both spiritually, both physically. We are waiting for him. And if care is not taken, if it's not taken, he go sleep, he no go wake up. Because Jehovah Okike, nke kere chi, nke kere n'igwe na mmadụ nọnyere anyị, Chukwu nke anyị na-efe, ọ na-arahụ ụra. Onye ọbụla ọ bụ nwoke ọ bụ nwaanyị nke si na anyị ama nwere onwe anyị, ya ọ ga-arahụ ụra, ọ gaghị ekunite.
Okay, so but the date for the court appearance has not been been made known to the public. But Ngozi Oronebese was the first defendant as against this suit. And
let me tell you, my brother, whether court come or court has not come, or court will later come, this thing has proven to me, he has given me thorough conviction about that woman.